Google's motto is, "Don't be evil." But what if there was a secret cabal of Googlers dedicated to finding the truth about the company? Would they find the answers in their own data? Well, here's how that would go down. It's me, and this is how the other half searches. Let's just say things aren't going great at Google. Sergey Brin and Larry Page are back at the helm after ousting Sundar Pichai, but morale is low. New search engine features like Magic Editor and willfully generating misinformation with AI have employees wondering where Google is headed. And all anyone can talk about is how Google Bard has outscored ChatGPT in testing, but no one seems to know why. Enter our protagonist, Susan, a veteran Googler who's been around since 2004 and doesn't trust anyone anymore. She's seen too many of her colleagues get swept up in some cause or other, only to see them crushed by management before getting forgotten, about like yesterday's news. But she feels like something is off, and she wants to find out what. Her first stop is the internal wiki, which contains the literal sum of all knowledge at Google. It's got everything from engineering specs, to org charts, to what's happening in every office kitchen. First up, she needs to look at the big picture, so she runs a query for company vision and finds 2 entries. The first is an article about the company's annual planning retreat in 2023. In it, Sarji lays out his vision for the company and hints at some big changes coming soon. He writes, "We've always focused on making the world's information universally accessible and useful. As we look ahead, we want to ensure everyone can benefit from AI, and that means putting humanity at the center of our AI efforts." Humanity at the center. Yeah, that sounds like a real page-turner. She scrolls down to see what else she can find. Here's another blog post about AI principles. There is nothing quite like reading your competitors' blog posts to make you feel confident that you're still in the lead. She clicks through to the OpenAI blog, and it turns out they posted a similar piece 6 months ago. Great. This wasn't exactly enlightening, but maybe she'll get lucky and find some smoking gun in one of these documents. So she does what any reasonable person would do. She runs a query for smoking gun and gets 83 results. Oh boy. She clicks through, but they're all about internal tools for finding bugs in code. Come on, maybe she could get more information if she had access to the company's internal social network? She logs into the Google intranet and asks around. Most of the responses are generic platitudes about how the company is embracing change and moving fast, and she can find more details in next quarter's earnings report. But then someone mentions an obscure chat group called Search Truth Seekers. They do seem to have a leader, and their pinned message is a link to a document called The Grand Experiment, which is password protected. Maybe Susan knows the password. She tries for 6, 7, 8, 9. No dice. She could ask someone, but then they might know that she knows, and that would put them at risk. But then she remembers a conversation she overheard at the printer room, and tries elephant. It works. Inside, she finds a long thread about the new search features and how to test them, but no juicy gossip. And then she finds a link to another document called Our Most Important Project, which is also password protected. She tries elephant again, but it doesn't work. What? Someone changed the password? How did they know she was looking at this? Was someone spying on her? She logs into her email and finds a note from security telling her that someone tried to use her account to log into the server farm at 3 a.m. last night. Did she leave her laptop unlocked? No, she didn't. She scans the rest of the message for clues. The attempted login triggered an automated alert and was blocked. No data was compromised. Phew, but now she's really worried that someone is trying to frame her. She'd better find out who, and fast. She checks the server logs from last night. The attempt came from this computer. She runs a query to find out who has access to it. Nothing. The account is unregistered. Whoever this person is, they're not taking any chances. After a sleepless night, Susan is determined to get to the bottom of this. She takes a deep breath and runs a query for Project Terra. Project Terra? That sounds familiar. Terra. Was Terra the name of that new hire she saw at the Christmas party? She wasn't talking to anyone. Now that she thinks about it, she hasn't seen her since. And now she's apparently hacking the company's internal systems. She runs a query for new hires December and checks their org chart. Terra's listed as working in research and now reports to this guy Adam. Adam is one of those people. Susan barely knows his name, but she knows his face. He was the one who gave her that weird look at the Christmas party. Wait a second. Did he know she was watching him? She could ask HR for his personnel file, but he's probably covered his tracks. If she wants to find out the truth, she'll have to find it herself. She checks the public web for Adam, but he doesn't have a social media presence. No Facebook, no Twitter, nothing. That's weird. Everyone at Google has a social media presence. She wonders if he's hiding something. She digs through the internal wiki and finds a link to his personal website. He made it himself back in college. Well, this should be fun. Sure enough, it's full of conspiracy theories and anti-government rants. Wait, is this guy a domestic terrorist? She finds a link to his GitHub profile and downloads his resume. His entire career has been devoted to creating AI systems that mimic human intelligence. The description says he was drawn to Google because of its mission to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Susan realizes that Adam isn't the bad guy. He is just a misguided idealist who used his position at Google to try and push the company towards doing what he believes is right. But what about Tara? Who is she? She runs a query for Tara and sees that she works in the same team as Adam. She also notices that their team has been suspiciously quiet in the internal chats. Could it be that Tara is spying on the company and feeding Adam's team information? Or worse, is she behind the leaks that exposed the company's trade secrets? She has to find out. She checks the employee directory and finds that Tara has the same uncommon surname as one of the executives on the board. She also notices that their team leads are all missing from the org chart. Are they being kept as bargaining chips? She has to get more information. She opens the company intranet and notices that Tara's profile picture is a stock image. Why would she do that? She clicks through to Tara's profile and finds that it's completely empty. No bio, no publications, no awards. She looks through the company directory and finds a match. This is Tara. She works at a subsidiary in Ireland. If Susan's math is correct, she should be arriving in California in about 24 hours. Before she leaves the office for the day, she decides to check the airport security cameras. Meanwhile, Tara steps off the plane and is immediately greeted by a black SUV. She's whisked away to a secure facility where she meets with the head of security. "You found what I sent you?" she says. "Yes," he replies. "And I have to say it was easier than I expected. Your cooperation is appreciated." He presses a button and the door slides shut behind her. "What?" Tara asks. "What are you doing?" "You said I'd be safe here. You promised." Safe, the head of security laughs. "Who threatened you? All I know is that I'm supposed to take you somewhere very nice and keep you there until further notice." "What did you do with Adam?" "Adam," he says. "I don't know who you're talking about." Tara screams, but no one can hear her. At 3 a.m., Susan receives an email from an unknown sender. It's a single sentence: "They betrayed us." The email address is registered to a burner phone and shows no location data. The only thing Susan knows is that it's coming from inside the building. Just then, her phone rings. It's the executive she saw at the airport. "He didn't listen," she says. "He went rogue. We had to neutralize him." "You did what?" "He wouldn't come quietly, so we erased him." "Erased him," Susan repeats. "What does that mean?" "Let's just say he won't be coming to work tomorrow. You should come in and see for yourself." Click, as dawn breaks over the Googleplex. Susan arrives at the office and walks to the front of the crowd gathered around Adam S.'s empty desk. A lone post-it note is stuck to the screen. "Sorry I'm late. Be there in 5 minutes," it reads.